Hello everyone, Scott here, and today I want to talk about the possibility of a competitive queue and a casual queue in Dead by Daylight. We've had the same type of queue for matches since 2016. We need the queues to be split up into two categories, is basically what I want to talk about in this video. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get on into the video. But Scott, the queue times will go up if we split up the queues, you probably say, and well, in casual, bots could be added to fill in the gaps while competitive queues already takes time, and you will get a true competitive experience compared to the competitive queue we have now, so I think it's okay. The queues are casual, no penalty for leaving the game, no ranks, and no MMR balance. Maybe a minor levels system, based on win rate only. If people take this queue seriously, then they're at fault and should not have any rights to complain about the way players play. So yeah, this queue is for those who want to play on a more casual level and don't want the competitiveness in the game. They just want to fuck around and do their own thing. Maybe they're playing solo and yeah, they just want to do something else other than just play competitively. And yeah, they don't want to take the game seriously. So I think this queue is for those people. Competitive. Real ranks with MMR, and not just pip system. Leaving the game or purposely dying on hook gives a penalty. The penalty right now is adorable. And yeah, I think the penalty right now is, it's bad. It should be way more punishing. Like, just waiting 50 seconds on average, as I've been doing, if I leave a game. That's adorable. It needs to go up, in my opinion. Not playing after a while should adjust ranks. Just as other competitive games, you have your rank and you have your MMR, and they also adjust your level if you haven't been playing for a long time. So yeah, I think this should also be the case here, because the systems are basically saying that you might not be as good because you're not practiced enough at that point. You're kind of going backwards. You need basic training again to get on your default level. So yeah, and taking this queue seriously is understandable, but should not be abused by telling others to go F themselves. So what I mean by this is also people should learn that this queue is for those who want to play competitively, but you shouldn't, as in many other competitive games, go out of your way to just shit talk your teammates. I don't think that's a great way to play the game. I also remember one time someone told me that if you're going to be toxic to your teammates, you're actually making them play worse. Because what you're effectively doing is putting a negative mindset in their heads, so they are going to focus on what you just said. So instead of doing that, pep talk your teammates, tell them how great they are, something like that. It will make people play better. If you're going to fill their heads with, oh, you're just a shitty teammate, oh my god, you can't play this game, you're gonna make them worse, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, I think, once again, it should not be abused. I know it's going to be abused, but it should not be abused. And people should just remember that it's other humans on the other side of the screen. And the problems with these game modes is also something I've considered, so I'm gonna mention them here as well. In the competitive queue in Dead by Daylight, that has been a thing since launch, so players are used to the ways things are and have a harder time adjusting to changes. We've had the same queue since 2016, as I know. I haven't really played that long, but yeah, for what I know, there's only been one queue because the game was only supposed to be a game where it was a party game, basically. So people will probably have a hard time adjusting, but I think it is a necessary thing to split the queues up into a casual and competitive. The pip system is great since it gives rewards, but can cause issues in casual due to the fact that people would on purpose try to be better. Competitive mindset, basically, to get better rewards. In competitive, it would fit better, in my opinion. So yeah, as I've read in the script, yes, I think that giving rewards on your performance is a good thing, but I don't think it would match in a casual trial. I think that is reserved for the competitive one. Because if you're going to do this, you're basically telling people, play better, and you're gonna pep them up to that competitive mindset. And That's what we are trying to avoid here. We want to make people feel like this is a casual game. You just get into the game and have fun. You don't want to show them like too many numbers and stuff like that to make them go like, oh, I gotta play really great and I'm gonna play with this build here so I can make sure I escape, and maybe you're playing the killer and, oh yeah, I'm just gonna bring the 4 perks here that's gonna make me a 4K every single game. We want to try to avoid that. So showing numbers and making this pip system is a bad idea in my opinion. And I've seen a video from Kaiser the Gamer explaining that queues might bleed into each other, and I think if implemented correctly and giving it some time, giving players time to adjust, it could help both the casual audience and the competitive audience in Dead by Daylight. Avoiding people complaining when they shouldn't. In Counter-Strike 2, they have 2 queues, casual and competitive, or at least that's what I've played in when it was Global Offensive, maybe a year ago or something like that. Yeah, that doesn't matter. So yeah, I think that, yeah, you will have some people bleeding into the competitive queue if they're playing casually, because you are having casual players who are probably going like, I want to play competitively now. I want to try my best to succeed. And I think that's where the ranks will come in. The ranks will help you adjust, because if you're going to lose a lot, you'll probably also make your team lose if you're playing Survivor. But if you think about it, if you're playing on a competitive level, your level will be adjusted to fit your skill level, basically. So if you're playing bad, you'll go way lower in the MMR system, and if you're playing better, you'll go up. I do, however, also want to mention that I think the current system about just escaping or not escaping and getting a kill and not getting a kill, I don't think that's the correct way to do it. I think the system that were before, with basically the point system or the blood points you get in the end game, I think that had something to do with your rank as well, and I think this is a better way, because DBD is not set up as a game of like you have 5 people here and 5 people here. They have the same amount of equipment, they have the same amount of guns or whatever. You don't have this in Dead by Daylight. It's an asymmetrical horror game. You're not going to have the perfect balance here. So I think that's a stupid system we have now, and I think it needs to change. I also think the competitive will bleed into the casual, and maybe it will have some issues with the queue times in the beginning, but I still think the game needs a casual and a competitive queue, because some people want to play competitively, they want to try their best to win, and you will have people who play casually and they just want to play the game for fun. They don't care about if they win or anything. They just want to play the game for fun. So yeah, you can't avoid people playing competitively in the casual queue. It's human nature to compete, but it's not people. The change should be focused on, but the game itself when balancing stuff for both queues. Yeah, it is human nature to try to win, but once again, I think people need a competitive queue for those who want to play competitively, and we need a casual one for those who want to play casually. Another problem is when players complain anyways, and yeah, there will always be complaining, but it's about teaching those players that in casual it's just a game, and condemn their behavior, while competitive should not have salt in the endgame chat, and their toxicity should be bannable offenses for the game mode. I know this is a difficult thing to do for this community who feels they want to win every single game, otherwise they start going the entitled way and throw a tantrum, and they just want to win the game, so they want every single perk that they use to be balanced around them. And I get that the community is really hard to make happy on both ends, and behavior can't do that. They just can't do that. They can try, but I don't think they will be able to do that. So yeah, people should just change their own behavior. But I know it's a difficult thing to do. What do you think about the queues being split up into 2 categories? Leave a like, click the bell icon for notifications, and subscribe for more content. All my links in the description. Scott out. Bye.